Hello, welcome to another session of turbo machine class. So today we'll discuss one more problem that is related to two-stage turbine, and I have written the problem statement over here. So we'll extract the given data and we try to solve the problem that is related to two-stage turbine. So already we have discussed one problem on two-stage turbine in lecture 5 of the third module. So today we'll discuss one more problem that is related to two-stage turbine. So this is a problem related to two-stage turbine. So the problem statement is something like this. The velocity of the steam at the exit of the nozzle is 440 meters per second, which is compounded in an impulse turbine by passing successively through fixed and finally through a second ring of moving blade. The tip angles of moving blades throughout the turbine are 30 degree. Assuming loss of 10% in the velocity due to friction when the steam passes over the blade ring. Find the velocity of moving blades in order to have a final discharge of steam as axial. Also determine the diagram efficiency. Okay, so this is the problem statement. So as you can see in the problem statement, it is clearly mentioned that it is a compounded. As you can see here, it is a compounded, so that's why it is a two-stage turbine, and it is also having, as you can see, the steam is passing successively through. So there is one set of moving blade, right? There is one set of fixed blade, and finally through a second ring of moving blade, right? So by this we can understand that so it is a problem that is related to two-stage turbine. Okay, so here the tip angles of the moving blades throughout the turbine are 30 degree. So this is clearly mentioned. The tip angles of the moving blade throughout the turbine are 30 degree, means the beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, beta 4 values. So these are the tip angles of the moving blade, right? So beta 1 and beta 2 are the inlet and exit angles of the blade, and beta 3 and beta 4 are the inlet and exit angle of second ring of moving blades, right? So those angles are fixed here, that is 30 degree. Assuming a loss of 10% in the velocity due to friction, so this indicates that CB is equal to 90%, it is, right? 10% is lost to overcome the friction, so 90%. So we can say that CB is equal to 0.9, right? Along with that, so what is to be found here? So find the velocity of the moving blades. So here we need to calculate the velocity of the moving blade, that is nothing but u. So velocity of the moving blades, so how we are specifying? So we need to specify it as a u is the velocity of the moving blades in order to have a final discharge of steam as axial. So final discharge, as you can see here, the final discharge is axial, means the steam which is leaving the turbine is axial, that is with an angle of alpha 2. With an angle of alpha 2 the steam alpha 2. So with an angle of alpha 2 the steam is discharging, and that alpha 2 angle is 90 degree, right? Because the final discharge of the steam is axial, it is clearly mentioned here. So this alpha 2 value should be 90 degree, as the final discharge of the steam is that is axial, means alpha 4 here. In case of two-stage turbine, the value of alpha 4, this alpha 4 value should be 90 degree. Also determine diagram efficiency. So here we need to calculate the value of diagram efficiency here, okay? So first we'll extract the given data. So you can see here, so I have extracted that part. So here in this problem, the velocity of the steam which is coming out of the nozzle, V1 is given. So the velocity of the steam at the exit of the nozzle is 440 meters per second. So V1 is equal to 440 meters per second, and tip angle of the moving blades throughout the turbine are 30 degree. So beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, beta 4 all are equal to 30 degree, right? So later on CB is given, that is coefficient of friction is 0.9, that indicates. So you can see here, assume a loss of 10% in velocity due to friction, right? So 100% minus 10%, it will become 90%. So 90% is nothing but 0.9. So CB is equal to 0.9. So from this we have obtained the value of CB, that is equal to 0.9. So CB is equal to 0.9. This is equal to VR2 by VR1. So this is equal to V3 by V2, and this is equal to VR4 by VR3. So this is very important relation that we are going to use to solve this problem. Okay. So here we need to calculate the value of U. U is to be calculated along with the diagram efficiency. Okay. So in this problem, nowhere the value of alpha 1 is given, right? Nowhere, we don't know the value of alpha 1 here, right? So whereas all the beta values are given, beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 and beta 4. So we will, and also here alpha 4 is 90 degree, because here final discharge of the steam as axial, right? So here we need to calculate the value of U, velocity of the moving blades, in order to have a final discharge of the steam as axial, because axial. So that's why we need to assume, or we need to consider this alpha 4 is equal to 90 degree, because the final discharge is axial. So this is very important relation, right, that has to be assumed while plotting the velocity triangle. Okay, now, okay, so you can see here, so I have written one note here. This is a note. So because in this problem the value of alpha 1 is not given, so we have to solve this problem from the second stage. First we will draw the velocity triangle for second stage, then we will draw the velocity triangle for first stage. So as we have to find out the tangential speed of the rotor for axial discharge, right? For axial discharge, we have to proceed from stage 2. So this is very important, because alpha 1 value is unknown here, and at same time the value of U is also unknown. Alpha 1 is also unknown, and value of U is also unknown. So we have to proceed from stage 2 by assuming a suitable length for U, right? So first we'll assume a suitable length. So we will assume certain scale for U, but we don't know the magnitude of U. So we'll assume U is equal to 3 centimeter, but we don't know the value of U, exact value of U, because here we need to calculate the scale, unit for scale. Then by multiplying that unit for scale by that is with this length of the suitable length of the length for U, at that time we are going to get the magnitude of this U. So at present we will assume U is equal to 3 centimeters. So we'll initially assume U is equal to 3 centimeters, but we don't know the magnitude, we only know the length of U. So we are assuming here. Later on, by multiplying by scale, we are going to get the value of, that is the magnitude of U. So at present we are just considering, or we are assuming the length of U is equal to 3 centimeters. So this doesn't indicate the magnitude, right? So magnitude is obtained only by multiplying this 3 centimeter into scale. So the scale itself we are going to find from the velocity triangle. Okay, so now I am going to draw the velocity triangle from stage 2, right? From stage 2 I am going to start to draw the velocity triangle. Okay, so place the paper in landscape mode, right, so that you can easily draw the velocity triangle properly, right? So first you have to draw one horizontal line here. So draw one horizontal line. So first we'll assume U is equal to 3 centimeters. This is for only our assumption. So first I will draw a two-stage turbine, second stage turbine. I will draw the second stage turbine. So I am going to draw a line, right? I am going to draw a line here, a horizontal line. Right. So here I am going to locate point A. So point A, I am assuming the value of U is equal to 3 centimeter, as you can see here. So I will locate point A here. Okay, I will locate point A here. So this is better to locate point A here. So as you can see here, I am located point A here and I am locating point B. So AB is equal to 3 centimeters. So that is nothing but U. So this is U. So this is point B. So AB is equal to 3 centimeters. It is just a assumption. So later on we have to multiply it with scale in order to get the magnitude of U, right? So this is U is equal to 3 centimeters. U is equal to 3 centimeters. So U is equal to, so it is 3 centimeters. Okay. So as alpha 4 is 90 degree here in this problem, it is clearly mentioned the discharge is axial. Since the discharge is axial, so alpha 4 has to be 90 degree. It has to be 90 degree. So from point, so I will locate this as small a and small b. Better I will go with small letters. So for two-stage turbine, because I am drawing the velocity triangle for two-stage turbine, right? Second stage it is. So I am drawing for second stage. So that's why I will indicate by small letters. So small a and small b. So this is U. So from point A I am going to draw a line, right, that is 90 degree. So from point A, so as you can see, because alpha 4 is 90 degree here, alpha 4 is 90 degree, right? Alpha 4 is 90 degree here. So I am going to draw a line, vertical line, alpha. Okay. So now, as in the problem, it is clearly mentioned that beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 and beta 4, all beta values are 30 degree, right? All are 30 degree. So from point B, I am going to draw angle beta 4 30 degree and also angle beta 3 at 30 degree. So from point B, as you can see, so this is beta 4. I am going to draw here point beta 4 is 30 degree, and towards right side again beta 3 is also 30 degree. So I am going to join these two. Okay, so I am going to join these two, right? So this is beta 4 is equal to 30 degree, right? And similarly from point B, so I am going to draw one more line here at an angle of 30 degrees. So that will represent beta 3 here. So this is beta 3, this is equal to 30 degree. This angle is also 30 degree. Okay. Now we know the CB relation. So CB is given in the problem statement. So as CB value, so CB is equal to, so I will write the relation here. So CB is equal to that is 0.9. So this is equal to VR2 by VR1. So this is equal to V3 by V2. So this is equal to VR4 by VR3. Okay, so this is very important relation that you have to make use to solve the problem. So whatever this line what you are seeing here, so this line what you are seeing, so AB, so there will be one C point here, right? C point, and there will be one D point. So at the present, this line, this vertical line is V4, right? This is VF4 and this is equal to V4. This is equal to V4, right? So I am going to represent it as A, B, C, D. So this point E, small, I will represent point, locate this as, I will name it as point E here. So this point E and A, line EA is nothing but V4, right? So V4, so I am going to measure it. I am going to measure it and I am going to multiply it with that CB value. So it is almost 1 point, so you can see it is 1.7, right? 1.7, it is almost 1.7. 6, 7, yes, it is 1.7 centimeters. So this is V4, right? So from this equation, right, V4, So in the problem it is clearly mentioned that this angle is alpha 2, alpha 4, it is alpha 4, alpha 4. So this alpha 4 value is alpha 4 is equal to 90 degree. So it is clearly mentioned because the exit discharge is axial, so this EA is V4 or VF4 it is, right? And this line EB is nothing but it is VR4. So this line EB is VR4, right? So as you can see here, so I know the value of CB, right? CB is equal to 0.9 and so this is equal to CB is equal to VR4 by VR3. So I am going to measure the length of this VR4 and I am going to divide it by 0.9 in order to get the value of VR3. So this line is nothing but VR3. So here the coefficient of friction is 0.9, it is 0.9. So we need to make use of this and this term, right? This and this term we have to equate and we need to calculate VR3 here. So the length of VR4 is, so it is almost 3.6 centimeters. So I will equate it here. So 0.6 is equal to V, that is 3.6 divided by VR3, right? So VR3 is equal to 3.6, VR3 is equal to 3.6 divided by 0.9. So the length I will get is 4 centimeters. So VR4 is equal to VR3 is equal to 4 centimeters. So here I am going to locate this VR3 is equal to 4 centimeters, right? So from this we have obtained this, right? So it is 3.6 divided by VR3. So the length of VR4 is 3.6 centimeters. So if you calculate the value of VR3, so it will become 4 centimeters. Okay. So from this point I am going to draw a vertical line downward, as you can see here. So I will get the point. Okay. So AB, this is point C and this is small point D, right? So then join DA. So this DA is nothing but this is V3, and measure the angle, you will get alpha 3 also. So this line is V3. So measure V3 is how much? V3 is, so it is almost 6.8 centimeters. So 6.8 centimeters. So I will go with one more relation here. So 0.9 is equal to V3 by V2, right? So V3 value is known. 0.9 is equal to how many centimeters? V3 is, it is 6.8 centimeters, or I can say yes, it is 6.8 centimeters. So 6.8 divided by V2. So V2 is equal to, so we'll get the value of V2 here. So 6.8 divided by 0.9. So we'll get 7.55 centimeters. 7.55 centimeters. So this is the value of V2 and it has to be drawn on the first stage of the velocity triangle. So because V2 comes in first stage, so V2 will be 7.55 centimeters. So this is very important value that we have obtained. Okay, so this completes the second stage of the velocity triangle. As you can see here, this is the second stage velocity triangle. Okay, so now I will extend it on the top of the length of AB. I will extend it on the top side because I need to draw the velocity triangle for first stage, right? For first stage, so I am going to extend it. So as you can see here, I have extended. So this length, the distance between these two lines is 3 centimeters, right, because it is u. Okay. So here again I am going to draw one more line, horizontal line here, one more horizontal line. So as you can see, okay, so this is one more line I am going to draw here, because I need to draw the velocity triangle for first stage. So this is for second stage, this is for second stage. Okay, so this angle is alpha 3, it is, this angle is alpha 3. Okay, so from point capital A, so from point capital A, so I am going to draw a arc of length 7.55 centimeters using compass. So this is the compass I am having. So I will locate the length. So I will locate the length here. So 7.5 centimeters. So just I will locate length. So from here to here 7.5 centimeters, so that I can mark it on the compass. Right, so this is, so I have taken measured. So this is the 7.5 centimeter arc, it is there. So I am going to draw it here, right, like this. So this is the arc of 7.5 centimeter. So that is V2, right, this is V2. Okay, so this value is known now. Okay, so at same time, I am going to draw, so from this point B, so this is point B. So beta 1 and beta 2 angles are given in the problem. So beta 1 and beta 2 are 30 degrees. So from this point again I am going to draw a line at an angle of 30 degree. So that is going to indicate beta 1 and beta 2, as you can see here. So from point B, so this is 30 degree, beta 1 is 30 degree, and at same time beta 2 is also 30 degree. Okay, so now join these two lines, right, angles, or we can say beta angle beta 1. So it is going to cut this arc, right. So this point is E, capital E it is, right, this point is capital E, and also join AE, also join AE. So join AE also here. Okay, this is, so we have obtained a point E here. So from that point again draw a vertical line downward. So we are going to get the length of, that is point F here. So from this point, draw a vertical line. So from this point draw a vertical line. Okay, so this is point F, this is point F, this is, okay, and at same time you have to draw a line that is with respect to angle beta 1 of sufficient length you have to draw. So of sufficient length you have to draw, right, so something like this. So this angle beta 1 is equal to 30 degree and beta 2 is equal to 30 degree. Okay, so we have drawn now. So this length is VR2 and this is V2. Okay, so now I need to calculate the value of VR1. So again from this equation, as you can see, so again from this equation, CB is equal to VR2 by VR1. So I need to calculate the value of VR1 here. So I'm going to calculate here. So 0.9 is equal to VR2 by VR1. So since the length of VR2 I can easily calculate or find. So the length of VR2 is 10.3 centimeters. It is 10.2 centimeters. So 10.2 centimeters it is. So 0.9 is equal to 10.2 centimeters divided by VR1. So VR1 is equal to so I can get 10.2 divided by 0.9, so I will get 11.33 centimeters. So I can get 11.33 centimeters. So this is the length of VR1. Okay, now on the compass I am going to locate the length of 11.3 centimeters. So I am going to locate 11.3 centimeters on the compass, 11.3, and I am going to draw a arc so that it is going to cut this line. I am going to cut this line, that is beta 1 line, angle beta 1 line. So it should be 11.33 centimeters. So I will cut, first I will measure this. So these are the 2 points I have made for 11.33 centimeters, right? So this is 11.33. Okay. So I have measured it 11.33. Then this 11.33 is VR1. I am going to cut this over here. As you can see, I am going to cut this over here. Right, I am going to cut this here. Okay. So you can see here. So this is the arc which I have cut. This I have located. This is point A, B, C, D. This is point D. Okay. So we have obtained the length of VR1. So this is VR1. So the length of VR1 is 11.33 centimeters. So this length should be, that is BD must be 11.33 centimeters, right? Then you join AD. So join AD here. So AD is equal to, so AD, join AD here, join AD. So this AD is nothing but V1. So this is V1. V1 is equal to 440 meters per second, right? So for 440 meters per second, what is the length we are obtaining? So we are obtaining the length of V1. We are obtaining the length of V1. So that is equal to almost, it is 13.6 centimeters we are obtaining, right? 13.6 centimeters. So this is nothing but V1 is equal to 13.6 centimeters that we are obtaining, right? This AD length is nothing but 13.6 centimeters, right? So we are obtaining. So now we are going to choose the scale now. So before that you have to draw one more line, that is VF1 here. So draw a vertical line from point D. From point D, draw one vertical line. So you will get point C. So you will get point C here. So this is point C. Okay. So this completes the velocity triangle, and for V1 that is 440 meters per second, we have obtained the length of AD. So that is 13.6 centimeters. So by this we can easily calculate the scale. So here scale is equal to, so I can say that, so V1 is equal to, so that I will show you here. So this is how you have to draw the velocity triangle. Hope it is understood. So this velocity triangle is first stage, stage 1 it is, first stage. So this is first stage velocity triangle, right? And below that we have drawn second stage velocity triangle. So these equations are very much important while solving this problem, right? While solving this problem, these relations on the left, the relations on the left side, the relations which we are used, that is CB relation is very much important while solving this problem. Okay, so anyhow we have solved, and we have obtained the length of V1 is equal to 13.6 centimeters. So now we will calculate the scale, and then we will multiply with U. So this distance is nothing but U. So we have assumed U is equal to 3 centimeters, right? 3 centimeters we have assumed here. Okay. So now coming back to the problem here, as you can see, So as you can see, as we have done the assumption over here, so u is equal to, so we have done assumption of u is equal to 3 centimeters, and from the velocity triangle we have obtained the value of v1 is equal to 13.6 centimeters, right? So we have calculated, or we have obtained from the velocity triangle. So later on, so if v1 is equal to, this is nothing but its magnitude is given 440 meters per second, so this is equal to 13.6 centimeters. So by this we can easily obtain the scale. So by this relation, so for 1 centimeter we can obtain 32.5 meters per second, right? So we can calculate. So how you are going to calculate? So for 440 meters per second, the scale is 13.6 centimeters. So for 1 centimeter you have to divide it by, so 440 divided by 13.6, so you will get 32.35 meters per second, right? 440 divided by 13.6. so this is nothing but the scale which we have obtained. So here as you can see, 440 divided by 32.6, sorry, it is 13.6, so you will get 32.35. This is the scale we have obtained. Now with to calculate the tangential velocity u, as we have assumed 3 centimeters, so 3 centimeter into scale, so 3 centimeter into scale, so we will get 97.06 meters per second. So this is the magnitude of u, right? Initially we have only assumed 3 centimeters, right? This is the 3 centimeters because this is to be calculated, but we don't know the scale. So 3 centimeters multiplied by the scale, you will get the value of u here, that is 97.06 meters per second, 96.06 meters per second. Okay, so from the velocity triangle, we obtained the values, that is delta vu1 is equal to 579 meters per second, and delta vu2 is equal to 204.8 meters per second. So delta vu1 is nothing but the distance between, the horizontal distance between point A and D, right? Point A and D, measure it and multiply with scale. Similarly delta vu2, so this is delta vu1, so this distance point E to point D, horizontal distance it is, so this distance is delta vu1, right? This distance is delta vu1 from here to here, Similarly delta vu2, that is from point small e to small d, here up to here, this distance, so this distance is delta vu2. So measure and multiply with scale, you will get the values. Delta vu1 is equal to 579 meters per second, and delta vu2 is equal to 204.8 meters per second. So now the second point is to be calculated is diagram efficiency. So diagram efficiency is given by neta suffix b is equal to 2u into delta vu1 plus delta vu2 divided by v1 square. So just substitute the values, 2 into 97.06 into 579 plus 204.8 bracket close divided by 440 square. So we'll get 78.6%. Okay, so we have solved this problem. The only thing is that in this problem the value of alpha 1 is not given, so that's why we have proceeded from the second stage. So we have proceeded from the second, we have started with the second stage, then we have come to the first stage. So we have followed the reverse order of drawing the velocity, that is from second stage to first stage, Okay, hope you have all understood this problem. Okay, thank you all of you.